Okay, folks, I found another shirt to wear, recording a lot of this on the same day. This is chapter 3, and hopefully 3 to 3.5 minutes or less. I am very passionate about these next 2 chapters, so I'm going to be very animated, but I want you to see. Chapter 3 is largely on the multiple strands and parts of the feminist movement. Look through this chapter carefully. I love the way that it captures stories. I love the way that it captures the woman's voice. There are different stories of various women who come from all different ethnicities and backgrounds, and abilities and disabilities. It's very interesting to read some of these stories. I want you to see how race is an issue in the women's movement, and it's not just the fact that a woman is a woman, but that a woman is a woman of color, or a woman is a white woman, or a woman is having so many different abilities or comes from a certain background. So that's one thing I want to draw your attention to. 2, this whole women's lib movement, the burning bra movement, the fact that women are just going wild for the sake of expressing themselves, as opposed to going on the offensive to gain equity and equality. Okay, and that's another thing I want you to think about when thinking about men and women. Are men and women looking for equality, or are men and women looking for equity? If you don't know the difference to that definition, which I did not until recently, I suggest that you Google it or look it up. Okay? There's so much that I want to get to, but I don't have enough time because I don't like to make these videos too long. One thing on page 60, it's called The Cult of Domesticity. Really talks about how women belong in the kitchen and that whole idea. I want to hear your opinions on that as you start typing. Ecofeminism, how women have become the leaders in the movement on being sustainable and going green. I want to hear your thoughts on that. The Million Woman March. I know you've heard of the Million Man March. Read about the Million Women's March. The anti-suffrage movement is huge. Hip-hop feminism. What else can I tell you on this chapter? One website I want to draw your attention to is, I actually have it up on my screen. It's called now.org. Why is this important? As you move forward towards your final project, which really talks about how you as a person can make sustainable change, can make change in this world, looking at different websites, organizations that really strive for change, for equity and equality, you might want to look at this website because it's more than just providing information, which is, I believe, step number 1. But step number 2, in terms of creating change, I want you to look at now.org as a good source for looking at chapter 3. Okay? So, chapter 4 to come. But those are just some of the highlights I wanted to draw your attention to.